Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living in Visalia. At this point in time, we're going to go into our meditation, and Kevin's going to help us with some beautiful music. As you go into your meditation, there will be a slide that comes up here in just a second with an affirmation on it. There we go. With an affirmation, please take this thought into your meditation and contemplate it. Thank you, Kevin. That was beautiful. Welcome back from our meditation. This is our meet and greet time where people will be coming into the sanctuary. And those of you who are joining us out in our cyber sanctuary, take a few minutes, get a little something to drink or maybe a snack, and prepare for the service, and we'll be back at 10:30. I on? There we go. Welcome, everybody. My name is Sheila O'Kane, and I am the president of the Board of Trustees. I'm very proud to be that. I want to welcome you to Center for Spiritual Living in Visalia. Do we have anyone here for the first time? No. Well, everybody's in for a treat because the band is going to start us off with a wonderful song.
Check, check. Ready?
Check, check, check.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this.
Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place.
Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of praise. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place.
We are so blessed, and Spirit certainly is in this place. And a lot of it's because of Hope and Kevin and Phil and Joey filling in for Joe. The music we have is just wonderful, and we're so blessed. This is birthday Sunday. Woo! Anybody have a February birthday? Oh! Well, happy... Oh, woo! Well, that certainly deserves a birthday song. Hit it, band.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Wait, hold on.
Janice and John Lehman's 40th wedding anniversary.
Aww. Woohoo!
I won't ask the band to sing again. And now Donna's going to bring us some announcements.
Good morning. What excitement. I don't know if you heard out there, but we have an almost 98-year-old person in our audience today. So
99.
Oh, sorry. What did I say? She'll be 99 on February 21st. That is great. So we had an amazing Black History Month event here Friday night, and Reverend Ann wanted me to show you a few of the slides that we took for that night. So it started off with this incredible drumming. Everybody was in there drumming. You can see that big drum, and Buddy was here, and Dina was here, and Buddy got in there and drummed. And then later on, the whole audience, and we had a big crowd. They got into drumming and clapping and dancing, and it was so exciting. And this is all done by Shay and Hope. And it wasn't just Black history, because Shay is not only Native American, she's Native American, East Indian, and African American. So it was a number of cultures in there. And Shay and Don did this amazing dance, beautiful costumes, and one more of their dancing. And then they got everybody up there dancing. You can see her Dawn starts pooping out. She was breathing hard at the end. I was watching her. And what was really nice is Hope's parents were here in gorgeous, gorgeous costumes. And you can't tell from this picture, but her dad has all this embroidery on that vest of his. And they were super people. I was so happy to meet them. Delightful people. They do all this organic growing in these greenhouses in the desert and have classes for kids and all kinds of stuff. So they were wonderful. So it was such a neat evening, and all of those of you here came. I'm so glad you came. And even though this wasn't Black history, but it was our Valentine's drawing, and it was exciting. Carol Greening won the first thing, and then I was hoping Phil was going to be here tonight. Thank you, Josh, for being here, but Phil isn't here. Phil, our bass person, won the second one. So when next time he comes, he'll get his reward. So Valentine's Diamonds. Today is Explorers. Today is Explorers. We're going to talk about the Beatitudes on the Sermon on the Mount. Been doing some research, didn't know much about them, so I think it'll be interesting because they're going to talk about it from the traditional, and then the metaphysical, which is Emmett Fox, and then the Jewish feminist version, and then what the Jesus Seminar, which is what Evelyn is so involved in, talks about. So any of you who want to stay, we're meeting at 12:30. Go out and have some lunch, come back. It'll be a very interesting discussion. And this is the book of the month, Words That Heal Today by Ernest Holmes. We don't have it in the library, but you can get it, of course, on Amazon. And it's Words That Heal Today from the point of view of Jesus and the Apostle Paul. So I've only read glimpses of it, but it sounds very interesting. Now, one more reminder on our survey. We hope we send it out to all the members and those who come regularly. and I hope you've turned it in or are in the process of turning it in. Some people told me Friday night they were afraid to turn it in. And I thought, oh my gosh, we want to hear what you really have to say. And so the board can look at it and see, well, do we need to make changes? Are we doing things right? What can we do? And in the end of February, we're going to have a town hall meeting, and we'll be talking about what the results are. So we can't do anything about it unless you turn them in. So either mail it in, you got a stamped envelope, or just bring it here on Sunday. And if you're out there in Cyberland and have one, please mail it in, because we really want to know what people say. We're doing things differently now, and so we want to know how it's working. And have you been seeing Reverend Ann's Facebook posts? If you like our Facebook page, CSL Visalia, then you'll get these. She's doing them Monday through Friday. She's talking a little bit about Ernest Holmes, and then she's adding her own little touch to it, just short little clips. She calls them her daily spiritual vitamins. So I think great way to start day, or in the middle of your day, whenever you find it. And now we're going to turn over to Reverend Ann live.
Good morning, Visalia. How are you all today? You know, I have to say that video of everyone being together and dancing was just so heartwarming to me. Hope sent me the video over the weekend, and I was so grateful. Before I came to Visalia, I had an absolute vision of our center. Because of our demographic and the diversity of our area, being able to have our center look like that mix of people, ages, races, gender, everything. And this was a blessed event, I know, and I am so grateful for everyone who put all of their energy into it to make it happen. Thank you all. A special thanks to Hope and her folks, and especially to Shay for the wonderful generosity of her heart to put that together, and her art show. This is one event I wish I had been there for sure, and I'm sorry I missed it. And you know, I'm getting to inclusivity, so hang on. But I do want to make note of the layman's anniversary. I heard it announced during all of these things when Donna was talking, and Sheila. You know, when we were traveling across country, those little lovebirds were still holding hands in the front seat, and it was so adorable. True love shines bright, I tell you. Congratulations to both of you from me and Hoku. Now, I would like the slide for inclusivity. I'm going to do a little bit something different here. You know, this is Black History Month, as Donna noted, and we're going to be doing something a little special besides the quote every week. Black History Month, also known as African American History Month, is an annual celebration of achievements by African Americans, and it's a time for recognizing their central role in our history. There are so many folks we could honor and talk about. I can't even begin to list everyone who has made such a difference in this world that we live in. But I decided every week I'm going to highlight somebody that we may not know so much about and be as familiar with as we are with the bigger names. So my selection this week is Ella Josephine Baker. Now, Ella was born on December 13th, 1903, and interestingly enough, she passed on December 13th of 1986. She was an African-American civil rights and human rights activist. She was a largely behind-the-scenes kind of organizer whose career spanned more than 5 decades. And in New York City, and on the South Side, and in the South rather, she worked alongside some of the most noted civil rights leaders of the 20th century, including Thurgood Marshall, A. Philip Randolph, and Martin Luther King Jr. She also mentored many emerging activists, such as Diane Nash, Stokely Carmichael, and Bob Moses as leaders in the Student Non-Violating Coordinating Committee. She criticized professionalized charismatic leadership, and she promoted grassroots organizing, radical democracy, and the ability of the oppressed to understand their worlds and advocate for themselves. She realized this vision most fully in the 1960s as the primary advisor and strategist of the SNCC. Now, biographer Barbara Ransby calls Baker one of the most important American leaders of the 20th century, and perhaps the most influential woman in the civil rights movement. She's known for her critiques of both racism in American culture and sexism in the civil rights movement. Now, we're going to go on to our inclusivity quote. So if we could have that slide. You know, every week a team member selects a quote that's consistent with the month's theme, honors diversity, and focuses on inclusivity. This week's quote was selected by our team member, Bobby Levine. And it's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "I think at a child's birth, if a mother could ask a fairy godmother to endow it with the most useful gift, that gift should be curiosity." And what a wonderful world it might be if we continued that curiosity as we grew older. Instead of hate and violence, we might experience sharing, understanding, mutual growth, equity, and peace. So now I'm going to turn our service over to Janice for our affirmation and opening treatment. Janice, it's all yours.
Good morning, everyone. It's delightful to see all of you. It's so exciting. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I had no idea. Good morning, everyone. That's a little better, isn't it? I didn't hear that feedback. I know you could hear me in here, but out there, they would not hear me. So, anyway, sorry about the mic there. But I am so glad to see all of you here today. It's wonderful. I know Gwen has brought part of her beautiful family, including the four-legged one, which we have all learned to love. The energy of that dog is absolutely astounding. So I am really happy to see everyone here today. And let's have the affirmation. We can say it together. I know that Spirit is for me, so I dive with confidence into the unknown. And so it is. And as I think about that, I recognize what that means. That when we have that confidence and also that curiosity, and we also have faith, we are able to do amazing things. So if you would please just settle into your chair. Close your eyes if you want. Soften your gaze. When I recognize that God, Spirit, is all there is, that it is everything, and that I am part of it, as is every other human being on the planet, I am so overwhelmed with the power that I know that I possess, and yet sometimes forget to use. And I know that when I use that God-given power, that my life is so much more exciting, so much more connected. And what I know for me, I know for every human being. And I claim for us today, with our service and throughout the week, that we have the confidence, that we have the faith to be curious, to look at things in a different way, to see how things work together, to imagine what our lives could be and what our world could be if we were able to truly do that, to see each other as beautiful emanations of Spirit, maybe different than we are, but still all part of the one, all part of who we are. I am so grateful to know this, to know that we can truly make a difference in our own lives and in the lives of everyone on our planet. I release my word to the law, knowing that it is already so, and we say together, and so it is. And now, I believe we have another song.
Please join in singing with us. It's right here on the screen. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. Every day, release and surrender. There we go. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray how blessed I am with everything I have. I release my fear, it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am saved. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go that I have all I'll ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well.
Well, good morning again. I'm Rev Nan, and I want to personally welcome you to our Sunday service. I'm so happy to have you join us in our sanctuary and virtually on our live streams. So wherever you may be, welcome home. We're in a new month. You know, it's February. We have a new theme, curiosity as a superpower. Now, our annual theme is Living Out Loud, and we are checking into all the ways to fully enjoy that lifestyle as we move through the weeks and months. Curiosity has a bad rap and has had for some time. So I'm starting this month with a proverb we have often heard and may have used. My talk title today is Curiosity Did Not Kill the Cat. You know, this misinterpreted proverb implied that being curious could sometimes lead to danger or terminal misfortune. However, the original form of the proverb, now rarely used or known, was care killed the cat. And at the time this reference originated, care was defined as worry or sorrow for others. The earliest printed reference to the original proverb appears in the 1598 play Every Man in His Humor that was written by the English playwright Ben Jonson. 1598, can you imagine? Language was much different then. The play was first performed by Shakespeare's playing company, the Lord Chamberlain's Men, and Shakespeare used a similar quote in his circa 1599 play Much Ado About Nothing. Now, the proverb remained the same until at least 1898. Ebenezer Cobham Brewer included this definition in his dictionary of phrase and fable. Care killed the cat. It is said that a cat has 9 lives, yet care, or worry, would wear them all out. The origin of the modern variation is unknown. It's found in an Irish newspaper from 1868. Quote says, "They say curiosity killed a cat once." Yet there's no particular reference to care being replaced by curiosity anywhere. Ultimately, the phrase itself was the headline of a story in the Washington Post on March 4th, 1916, which brought it into common use pretty much. Now, there's no question in my mind that the original word care, defined as worry or sorrow, could certainly lend to anyone's demise. We know scientifically that worry, anxiety, and the emotional spectrum of loss, grief, and sadness can definitely strain our well-being and health. Chronic worry and emotional stress can trigger a host of health problems. It's not only affecting our nerves, but also produces real changes to our body and brain. An automatic physiological reaction to worry and stress that we know is called the fight or flight syndrome brings on a surge of adrenaline and sets our body on red alert. When we stay in that red alert mode, all our systems are at risk for depletion. The original statement, meaning worry, may have been on point in varying degrees. Now that we know that curiosity wasn't the culprit with the cat, let's just take a look at some real information about it. Curiosity is one of the most basic calls of life, and truly, it is a superpower. As we reconnect passionately with our superpower curiosity, the excitement of what could be moves us from complacency and inspires our greater yet to be. It pulls us to learn about the world around us. Babies don't think twice about putting their fingers, their toes, or anything else in their mouths. Explorers have been driven by the burning desire to see the world and know more of what it is like. You know, where would we be now if Ben Franklin had walked away from his curiosity about electricity, or Edison had given up on the light bulb? The superpower of curiosity is stimulating the desire to know more in all of us. You know, many curious folks throughout history have had a big impact on the arts, technology, language, and science forever because they dared to be passionately curious. Ludwig van Beethoven was the predominant musical figure between the classical and romantic eras. He's regarded by many as the greatest composer who ever lived. At the very least, he was a considerable innovator who widened the scope of many musical forms. Through his music, he sought to convey, in his own words, more an expression of emotion than painting. Now, Grace Hopper was a mathematician in the U.S. Navy. She was a pioneer in developing computer technology. She helped create the first electronic computer, the UNIVAC-1, as well as naval applications for the COBOL programming language. She was awarded the National Medal of Technology and posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I think Grace would be really proud of her curiosity spawning the technology we take so for granted today. Amelia Earhart, we're all familiar with her, was one of the world's most celebrated aviators and explorers. Her passionate curiosity inspired her to be the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She used her fame to encourage women to reject norms and pursue as many opportunities as they could. Her passionate curiosity made her highly influential in breaking boundaries for women. And of course, we have Albert Einstein, the brilliant physicist who said, I have no special talents. I'm only passionately curious. Well, also, we can't forget Mae Jemison, who was the first African American woman to become an astronaut. Mae was a medical doctor in the Peace Corps in West Africa before joining NASA. She was passionately curious about outer space and said she always knew she'd go to space from the time she was a little kid. Mae formed a technology company, a nonprofit organization, and an international science camp. She's also an author and science ambassador. To quote Mae, don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, your creativity, or your curiosity. It's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it and make it the life you want to live. Now, these folks never turned away from their curious nature. They had a deep calling within that required they follow their path of inquiry. They lived Dr. Holmes' insight. He wrote, "These thoughts, ideas, feelings, hopes, expectations, doubts, fears, and faiths make up that thing within us which is attracting or repelling certain experiences. When our desire to know more becomes stronger than the fear of the unknown, we are compelled to find a way. We can lean into our conviction that the universe is for us, lean into our faith, and allow our fear to be transformed into excitement. You know, just like we sang, relax, let go, release, and surrender. Here we are. Asking what or why and not accepting just because becomes the tip of the iceberg. Now, I'm quite sure that many of us who had kids remember well the phase of a million questions. Why, and what, and my personal favorite, how. Now, my son preferred to ferret out the how by dismantling everything to find out how it worked. Many times, with any of those endless questions, and out of sheer exhaustion, I did use that phrase just because. It was a diversionary tactic that fortunately never squelched his passionate curiosities. We live in a limitless universe, and our experience of it is only limited by our beliefs and perceptions. Allowing fear to prevent us from following our curiosity into the unknown feeds the belief that the world is a scary place and we're walking our path alone. Leaning into our faith and the knowingness that the divine is supporting and supplying us in all that we do, we're free to seek out the beauty that lies beneath the surface. When we're curious, and as we grow and expand our knowledge of the world, we grow our personal power. In this place of security, we're free to dive deeper, discover new things, have ideas build upon ideas. And as we uncover the beauty of the world, we recognize God in everything, and our fear is laid down. Deepak Chopra notes this in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Relinquish your attachment to the known, step into the unknown, and you will step into the field of all possibilities. You will have excitement, adventure, and mystery. You will experience the fun of life, the magic, the celebration, the exhilaration, and the exaltation of your own spirit. I invite each of us this week to get up close and personal with our superpower curiosity. If there's some hesitation, we might consider some questions like, what's holding me back? Do I think the world is a scary place? We could think that. Am I just so comfortable where I've drifted into complacency that I ignore my curiosity? Am I too old, or fill in any other description, to be curious? Well, if any of those or others crop up, here's our tool set for this week. Number 1, be willing to look below the surface. Number 2, take delight in new discoveries, no matter how small they may be. Enjoy the beauty and the joy they bring into your life in that moment. And number 3, most importantly, have the courage to lay aside the fear. Rumi always said, fear is the cheapest room in the house. And then, number 4, get excited by the unknown. Right now, we are in the unknown with the evolution of our center becoming a hybrid virtual center. There are infinite possibilities, so many ways for us to get excited working together to welcome and birth this new paradigm. Yep, we're for sure walking an uncharted path between letting go of what used to be and welcoming what is evolving. And I really want to encourage everyone to fill out their surveys and send them back. We really want to hear, leadership really wants to hear what's important to each of you. The leadership team, the survey team, John Lehman, Florence Cabot, Sue Alberstein, and Lisa Bennett spent a very lot of time putting together an excellent survey to give you the opportunity to speak your word about what you'd like. So don't lose that. And we would like to have them soon because we want to follow up with everyone as soon as possible. So I'm not sure what Donna said during the announcement, but get those surveys in there now. Come on. We want to be letting go of what was, welcoming what's evolving, and we are leaning into spirit for divine guidance and love, knowing there is no failure in spirit. David Brooks writes in The Second Mountain, here's to openness, curiosity, and reverence. There's an instant freshness of perception, a desire to approach and affiliate. To feel wonder in the face of beauty is to be grandly astonished. Exercise your superpower daily as you feel the wonder of life. It's everywhere, and it's yours to explore. As we said in our affirmation, we know that spirit is for us, so we dive with confidence into the unknown. Live life out loud this week and love it. And so it is. And now I'd just like to do a short prayer to affirm all that we've considered here. I know that one infinite loving presence that is the source of all creation is forever expanding in infinite possibilities without fear, without doubt, because the very nature of that creative energy of spirit is curious. It wants to know more and more, experience more and more, and the vastness of that experience drives on and on and on infinitely. Just as that same curiosity that has created universes, everything that we see and beyond, all life on the planet we live on, I know that same curiosity is part of us. It's built into us, and we can't get away from it. Spirit is always within us, always right where we are. I know that this is so. And so I speak this word as I consider this for each and every being in all creation, that the curiosity of life continues to expand, fully supported in love and joy. I know that each of us moves into a place of confidence and wonder and awe. And in that comes the greater inclusivity of welcoming all of our experiences. With that curiosity, simply allowing us to be the observers, investigate, look below the surface, and see the wonders of this world and life. That's the capital L life. We're living it. It's in each of us. And so I celebrate it. I celebrate it right here, right now. And I bless each person here and beyond the sound of my voice. And I give such great thanks for that energy that is everywhere as we create this world that works for all. So I let this be. I bless it. I give thanks. And together we might say, and so it is. And now we have another wonderful song. And this is a song about what I think our curiosity can do for us. So get ready. The band's going to take care of it for you. I'll be back.
Next time you're down, when you foot in the ground, there's a lot to be learned. So look around. Just what makes that old Lillette think you'll move that rubber tree plant? Anyone knows that ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky. So anytime you're getting low, instead of letting go, just remember that ends. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. There goes another rubber. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. When trouble's called and your back's to the wall, there's a lot to be learned. That wall could fall. Once there was a silly old ram, thought he'd punch a hole in the dam. No one can make that ram scram, but he kept that dam 'cause he had high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky. So anytime you're feeling bad, instead of feeling sad, just remember that round. Hey, oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. You didn't just
Well, thank you to our fabulous band and musicians. Hope, as always, Kevin, our fabulous music director, Joey Hernandez on the drums, and Josh Davis filling in for Phil today on the bass. We are so blessed with our musicians, as Sheila said earlier. Wonderful, wonderful music that we have in our center. And you know, this is the time that we have our conscious giving affirmation. And this is the opportunity that we all have to share our prosperity with the center and what we do there. So I'd like to have the slide up. And if you take a look at the slide, down at the bottom of it, there is an address where you can send your check, your money order, whatever you'd like. Don't send cash. It's kind of dicey to put it through the mail, I think. You can send it to Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia, 117 South Locust, and that is Street, and that's in Visalia, California, 93291. You can also go directly to our website and make your donation there. Just hit the donate button. You'll find it easily. What I want to remind you, as we ask the ushers now to collect the gifts, what I want to remind you of is that these gifts that you give support us in so many ways. So we have our affirmation, that conscious giving affirmation. So I invite you to take your gift, and if you've already done something with it, let's go ahead and just repeat this affirmation, because it is important to each of us as we do this. So we're affirming our prosperity here, everybody. Repeat with me. I am so grateful that my curiosity opens doors to my ever-increasing abundance. I am so grateful that my curiosity opens doors to my ever-increasing abundance. Indeed. And you know, we're so grateful at the center. I'm so grateful as the minister here to know that everyone's curiosity, including the leadership team of the Center for Spiritual Living Visalia and all of our membership, opens doors to our ever-increasing abundance. I'm so grateful for all these gifts, because these gifts that you send, these contributions, continue to keep our band here, to keep us operating. All of the financial things that you would have at home, we continue to do here. So, as the host receives these gifts, I just want to take a moment to give great thanks. I want to give great thanks because I know through the pure love of Spirit that these gifts have been given with great love, great joy, and with the understanding that everyone is fully supported and abundantly prospered as they give. And so I am incredibly grateful for these gifts, and I bless them. Bless them, knowing that they return 100-fold or more to the giver. And so it is with great thanks I let this be, and so it is. All righty. Well, now you know it's time for the peace song. So everybody can gather up on the floor. You get there, and you know it's our custom to do the circle, and you can hold hands. If you so choose, it's up to you. We want everybody to be comfortable. You can be comfortable, and the words to the peace song will be up on the wall, on the TV screens. You'll be able to see them, and everybody can sing along and enjoy this as we do every week. There we go. All right.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with
So now just sing this song.
Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant. God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Well, here I am again, and this is our favorite part. Are you ready to let that energy of life move through you now as we get ready to close our service? If so, say with me, after me. You know this thing, so you might be saying it with. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Now, life is in my mind,
Life is in my mind,
and life is in my body.
life is in my body.
I think it.
I think it,
I feel it.
I feel it,
And I love it.
I love it.
Just the way that it is,
Just the way that it is,
and just the way that it is not.
just the way that
And together we can say, thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everybody. I will see you again next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you. Thanks for being in the sanctuary. I look forward to seeing you then.